going on, guys? How are you? Hope everyone's doing well. Let me share my screen. All right. Let me do this. Can you guys see? Yes? Good?
Looks good.
All right, cool. Awesome. I'm just going to elaborate real quick on the intake form. It's funny that Melinda said that. That's what we have. We send this to all of our real estate agents, and content is key. This intake form, basically, if you look at it, there is a place that we ask if they're married or not married. And it's just a very simple form. And there's no legal separation in the state of Florida. We asked that question up front. So it's great that she mentioned that. Awesome presentation. All right, let's get into this. This is usually an hour-and-a-half presentation, so I'm going to go quick. And I'm going to be trying my best to answer questions as well. But if I'm going too quick, let me know. And let's get into it. All right. So first of all, that's my social media handle. My team will Slack that right now, or actually send it in the chat message. So please, team, send everyone my Instagram handle and Facebook handle so they can follow us. This is what we're going to be discussing: the most common mistakes typical real estate agents make, how not to be that agent and constantly make those mistakes. And then real life conversion examples will go into that. And then I'm going to send out massive amounts of content for you guys, email content that you guys can cut and paste and actually put it in your CRM and utilize that. A little bit about myself. I've been doing this business for about 15 years now, give or take, actually 17 years, 15 years in Florida. And so I run and operate Tag Team Nation LLC. That is an e-commerce website, and it's also a marketing company. And it's an automation, basically HubSpot automated platform that I've built out funnels and converted leads in this capability. Also been in the lending sector for about 17 years, run and operate Paramount Residential Mortgage Group in Miami Shores. So I am the producer manager over here. And I eat, sleep, and breathe mortgages. And I've just seen so much that's gone to in our business. That's why I've created the platform I created to buff out all of the craziness. So that's a little bit about myself. All right, so you guys are generating leads. What is your ROI? Have you ever taken the time to actually look at your ROI? All right, Melinda, myself, we always look at our ROI. We're always looking at different ways to make money. And obviously spending money, we want to know what that ROI is. So it's very, very crucial that you guys are analyzing. We just were in the other room and Peter was talking, Bethany was talking about conversions, and obviously knowing what you're looking at when you're analyzing these funnels and the material that goes out. So that's first and foremost. You really need to nurture that lead and look at your ROI. All right, every lead has a story, and it's our job, it's our duty to actually analyze that story and understand the true heartburn, the pain point for that consumer. All right, everyone jokes around saying we're psychiatrists and we're always, cheering up these clients. That's true, okay? And so that lead has a story. Either they're going through a divorce, they have a bankruptcy that they have. These are things we're going to go into, but that story needs to be catered, nurtured, and that's how you're going to send that content out. All right, 74% of the buyers are fearful of the uncertainty of purchasing. They've got massive amounts of influencers that are all around them, and that negativity comes with them. If they can't purchase, they're getting deflated and they're uncertain. They don't know where to go. So the content that we provide, it educates them through videos and emails and text messages and allows them to give them hope to achieve the ultimate dream of home ownership. These are the lack of follow-up calls that I look at from a real estate standpoint. All right, so 65% of companies, they're not nurturing leads. 48% of sales never ever follow up, not even a first time, never mind a second time. Average salesperson never makes more than 2 follow-up calls. 80% of sales are made between 5 and 12 contacts. Follow-up must be within 5 minutes. That's gone down to about 3 minutes. That's an MIT study as well. If you've called within 60 seconds, your conversion rate's going to go up, chances up to about 500%. So that is why we've automated everything, because we know as humans, we're not going to be able to get to scramble and, and get these people emails and, content that quick. So automation allows us to do that. And then our method is email, text, call, and video calls as well. A little bit about the drivers of conversion: speed, process, persistent. We always preach this in our branch meetings. We're always constantly talking about our conversion rates, our speed. So as a real estate agent, it's ideal to understand your true connection speed. How fast are you calling these leads? All right, whether it's a referral, whether it's a lead from Zillow, whether it's your best friend referred it to you, everyone needs to have that uniform and that methodology of exactly how you guys are streamlining your platform. So that would be your customer relation management system. Is it reaching that person within 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 8 minutes? What's your call to action? All right, the process, all contacts they're not looking for purchasing a home, not all of them. So it's really important that the intake form that you guys have, which I'll go into in just a minute, is going to allow you to really cipher out what you're getting in terms of that lead. Our real estate agents fill that form out and they give us the cliff notes. So our speed to process is very quick because we're utilizing that information, cross-referencing it, and now we're attacking. So we're tag teaming that deal together. That's the concept. All right, and then being persistent. It's all about persistency and really focusing on what you guys are doing. What's your why? What's your goal? Why do you want to convert these leads? There's a lot of money that you guys are leaving on the table. We'll also go into that. Speed to contact: 78% of the prospects convert with the company that contacts them first. Leads convert 22 more times often, under 5 minutes. 4 to 6 is the best time block. I can't elaborate on that. I'd go into an hour conversation, but let's just say decision makers and influencers are there. They're there at the closing table. They're there after work. That's why you need to call at that time. Not saying 7 to 8 is the worst time block, which I'm going to go into in a minute, but it really is because you're disrupting the actual systematic of that human being, whether it's their running schedule like me, or they're getting their kids ready to go to school. You're going to get them on the phone, but are they really listening to you? So a lot of real estate agents are just calling and they're getting these people on the phone, having great conversations. The problem is you're not closing that lead because the influencer, the decision maker is not there, or they're in a scramble in the morning. So I'm not saying it's a worse time to call. What we do is we physically give them 2 more time frames to call at the end of the day. Okay, our meetings are always booked at the end of the day. Wednesday and Thursday, best time block to call. 7 to 8, worst time to physically get someone to take an application unless you've booked a meeting the day prior. Okay, so it's really key to analyze all of that. Average 5 to 9 times you guys are going to be calling these leads. So if you're not making 5 to 9 attempts, you're doing a disservice with your broker and yourself, your family. You really need to call these leads. A lot of agents say, what are we talking about 5 to 9 times? It's the content that you're producing. Okay, the content and example emails I'll go into in just a minute. That's on, it's below right here. So we'll go into that, but the content's king. All right. 6th call is usually the call that we're going to close that client in. 6th call is the deadly call. 93% of all leads are going to convert on the 6th call. Okay. And then the call duration, we're sending content out when we're physically talking to the client. So whether they're on an email or they're on the phone or they're on a Zoom meeting, we're literally sending them pieces of content and little nuggets pertaining to their problem. So if they're a first-time home buyer, as a real estate agent, that's the first thing I would talk about. Hey, did you hear about XYZ down payment assistant? Here's the URL to that. Now you've piqued their attention and you're engaging with them. So it's really crucial that you guys do that during the conversation. Within 2 hours, 3 to 6 calls should be made within that 2-hour time frame. 16% emails are going to raise your chances of 16%. So we've got to send content emails out. Now we're seeing a decrease because a lot of people are just not reading their emails. So we're utilizing text messaging capability. 26% more likely leads are going to close on the weekends. We're here on the weekends calling. So if you guys have leads and your broker and your company are giving you guys leads, that's the best time to call them. On the weekends, they're there. They're willing to listen. You can Zoom, you can set up a Zoom consultation. We found that it helps out all of our agents that we do business with, and it's truly a great way to communicate. The weekends are the best, Saturdays. All right, emails within 20 minutes are going to raise that conversion rate. So as soon as we get off the phone with them, we constantly send them a drip campaign. Now it's one trigger that we've set out automation on that. So if you guys have CRMs, ask your IT providers, your broker, the company that you work for, and ask them, hey, how can I set up my personalized email drip after I have a consultation with a client? All right, 50% of the leads are never called a second time. Converting a lead is 57% lead quality, 43% sales process. Your sales process should be condensed. You don't want a elongated sales process. I tell this to Melinda all the time. Time kills deals. A lot of agents don't believe that, but it's the truth. So if they have the funds now and they're waiting for the right time, 6 months goes later, something happened, they don't have the money anymore. You just lost that deal because time's going to kill your deal. So you need to put them in a funnel that's condensed, and you need to really nurture these leads and respect them to the point where you're really attacking them fast. 64% of renters have long-term aspirations. They want to buy. Almost 4 million people in 2008 in the housing market, they want to purchase as well. So there's people right now, and it's chaos right now with seller's market in Florida. A lot of people are buying. 49% of the people are planning to purchase in a home in the next 2 years after marriage. Like I said, systematic. Have the marriage, have kids, have the white picket fence, the golden retriever. That's how people analyze. 83% believe the normal rate is below 4%. It's at 2.5 right now. So, we're giving out VA rates right now at 2.375. So really, really good stuff. 21% of millennials would move if they had money. They don't have the down payment. And 2 out of 4 young adults are living with their parents. So why do I show you guys these stats? So you can analyze the lead that's in front of you, okay? I'm a first-time home buyer. I'm 27 years old. I'm looking for XYZ property. Right off the bat, the first question I'm gonna ask, hey, do you have proof of funds? How much have you saved up? A lot of the leads that we see, okay, and this is a national statistic, they're living paycheck to paycheck. So when I hear Zillow leads are the best, or this source is the best, or my ROI on my SEO landing page is the best, it's everywhere. Okay, so when people are living paycheck to paycheck, we're really in a position right now that we're going to have to think outside the box to make sure that we can fit that elephant in the mouse hole. And we're really good at doing that, but educating our clients that, hey, you're not the only one. You're doing very good. You've got the income. You've got $60,000 saved. That's the concept. Like I said, giving them hope, but educating them at the same time. These are the top mistakes and how to overcome them. You guys are not making calls in a timely manner. So when we see this, because a lot of our agents are on our platform, they are making calls under 5 minutes. So the #1 mistake in leads is not making the physical call. All right, you're too busy. You're trying to get organized. You don't know what to say. You're searching for CRMs. The thing that I can recommend right now is Follow Up Boss, and really, really nice. Lion Desk is a good CRM. We use HubSpot because we've built it out. Boomtown, really amazing CRM. So if you don't have a CRM, you can call me and I can try to give you guys some tips on that. 48% of the salespeople don't even make the call. Okay, so that's embarrassing. You really want to make the call. Commit first, figure it out later. We always joke around this office, we're getting on the phone. What do I say? Just talk about the weather. Talk about anything. Engage with this client and ask them, hey, why were they online looking at XYZ listing? Is there anything else that you can, physically do to help them out? How do you make calls? 80% of the sales between the 5th and 12th contact is key. So they're just not making enough calls. And we're sometimes a culprit of that as well. There comes a time that we can't make the amount of calls. As you can see, we're getting consultations right now, one-on-one consultations with leads. So not calling that lead that's coming in right now is probably not a good thing. So you've got to really contact these people quick. 6 to 12 contact attempts on every lead. Okay. It is the content that you're sending out. I will go into that in just a minute. Calls are not being regular basis. So you guys are not, you really need to set up your times. And I can go into an hour conversation on this, but what I mean by that is break down your day, break down your month. Melinda's a guru at this. Your week, what are you going to do for that week? And make it the same constantly. Okay, discipline is key to consistency, right? So I have the same work week every week, and I have it written down on my planner. And the reason why I have that is I understand that this is my time block of when I'm calling. That brings consistency, therefore I'm going to convert higher. All right, and waiting too long to follow up, that's bad. So you want to have at least 60 seconds when you're following up on a text app or an email. It's going to increase your conversion rates up to 300%. We do that constantly. So we're always educating the client throughout the pre-approval process. That's the peak, that's the highlight for them, not the clear to close, ironically. Not leaving a message. You guys got to leave a message. We leave messages constantly, and we're always saying our message is pertaining XYZ. Anthony Angelillo, Paramount Residential Mortgage Group. This is my phone number twice. So that way they retain it once, they write it down a second time. Not collecting critical data for future sales. Don't be afraid as a real estate agent to ask the questions. A lot of agents say, well, I'm not licensed, or that's not my cup of tea, or I leave that to the lender. I want to know about title. That's why every single Grimaldi presentation that I listen to, I'm retaining. We're retaining, writing down notes. I want to know more about that, because even though that I'm not a licensed attorney, I want to know what I'm talking about to my clients. So very crucial that you guys are asking those questions, and the intake form will allow you to do that. Not selling the solution. What is the solution? Okay, the client's telling you that they need help with down payment. We need to figure out how we're going to get down payment. Or clients saying that my credit is not the best. Credit Karma is telling me something else. Credit Karma pulls from Vantage. We use FICO. Most depository banks use FICO. State depositories, they use FICO. What does that mean? That means it's a different algorithm. So my guess is, hey, get pre-approved with your lender and make sure that they give you a roadmap. And then missing signals or influencers. You're ignoring the fact that the daughter keeps saying, my dad needs to see this, my mom needs to see this. Bring them in the same room. Get them on a Zoom meeting. Communication's key in this business, right? This is what's killing leads. Refusing to ask hard questions. We see this daily. You've got to ask the questions, and there's a delivery approach. I always say it's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's your delivery. We do this through video content, so it's a little bit easier. So they're not physically looking at you when you're asking a question, hey, how much do you have in the bank? And they're telling you they have about $100. It's embarrassing, right? So you've got to be easy. You've got to respect their wishes, and video allows them to bring down that border and that their guard, basically. Price is a mystery. A lot of people are so focused on rates right now. The real focus is cash to close, okay? So it's not the rate, it's the physical cash to close. Know and understand that, because even though that rates are low, they will go back up. And when they do, that is a big target point. So it's very easy to sell now when times get tough, because I sold at 10, 15% interest rates. That was difficult, let me tell you. So these rates right now, very easy. And then no urgency. You guys have to have urgency and believe in what you want to do. You want to understand that these clients want things now. They want it fast. So if your lender doesn't have that 24-hour buffer to generate a pre-approval letter, that's something I would talk to him or her about. How much do you guys leave on the table? I put this slide because I want you to understand that 10 leads at $230,000 median loan in Florida is a gross revenue of 2.3 volume size. Now, if you guys are making 3%, 2%, I use 3, that's $69,000 that if we can take 10 of your leads and convert them, that's the concept. So in my mind as a real estate agent, I'd go back through my old database and say, who were the people that I couldn't close? And then add that up and understand, why did that not close? What was the pain point? What was the reasoning? That's $70,000 on the table that we're losing right now. So just think about that. All right. This is the objections that buyers have. They're uncertain. There's too much information. We did an episode on damage control about too many people asking too many questions, too many lenders that they're getting pre-approved for. It's a lot. So it just makes them overwhelmed to the point where they're just opting out saying this isn't for us. So it's very key to understand this. Upbringing is the biggest thing. Dad said, I got to put 20% down. You don't got to put 20% down. All right. But there's mortgage insurance. It's tax deductible. All right. So 3.5, it's a different time. It's 2020. Let's get dad on the phone. That's what I would do in that situation. But upbringing's everything. A lot of the millennials right now, they really don't have the funds, but their mom and dad have a big influence on them. And so what's happening now is you're getting that holdback. So very important to understand that. Wasting time, making a mistake, taken advantage of, looking bad. They're comparing the rates on their neighbors. What did you get for an interest rate? Mine's better than yours. Keeping up with the Joneses all the way around. So this is the fear. If you can study the fear, then you understand when you get that lead, bingo. That is uncertainty. That's information. That's a lack of information. That's what I'm talking about, guys. These are the scripts that we provide to help agents to understand that, to comprehend it. All right, pay in cash. Here's your objections from leads. I have a script on this, all right? You can reference it. I just sent you guys in the chat in the beginning to subscribe, and you'll get a script that basically gives you examples. Otherwise, we'll be here for another 3 hours. Pay in cash, that is another objection. I know how to handle that. Just looking, okay? There's a script for that. Everyone's just looking to purchase. They're looking because they want to buy. All right. Working with a real estate agent, then why are you online looking at listings? What's the agent doing? Where's the pain point of that agent so we can circle back, try to rekindle that connection with that agent, get everyone on the phone to communicate, tag team that deal. I'm already pre-approved. That's awesome. That's amazing. Get a loan estimate to compare apples to apples. All right. But then an agent's going to say, well, that's going to disrupt them and maybe I'll lose that commission. No, it's not. No, it's not. Not if we've got lower rates and we're giving out grant money or we're giving out, no lender fees, whatever the case is. But notice what I said in the beginning, my agents are giving me Cliff Notes versions. So you got to talk to your lender. What do they have? Oh, they're shopping with Quicken. What's the rate? Rate's a 3.1. What can you do? I can do a 2.8. Better closing costs? Yes. All right. Let me segue into that. Get a loan estimate. Compare apples to apples. You'd be surprised. These LEs are not accurate. Prorations of taxes are an issue. All right, lack of funds and credit. Okay, lack of funds and credit is a different. You're gonna get a client on the phone. I'm sorry, my credit's not good enough. How? Why do you think that? Where are you seeing that information? What do? We send out content. Okay, we email, text, call. We deliver it, and we do massive amounts of content on a daily basis. 96% of our clientele is through text messaging. Okay. Our emails that we send out give them a template and it gives them that roadmap and highlights the actual pain point and roadmap for them. Okay. Rent versus own, we give them this because if they're renters, we're understanding their true pain point on how much they're spending. So if I'm a real estate agent, part of our examples that we're going to send to you gives you templates on rent versus own. This is crucial right now. If they're renting and rates are low, they can buy, right? So this is the information I'd be pushing out to them to engage them, to then push to my lender, to have them have a conversation and then play that game of tennis back to the real estate agent and say, they're all yours now. That's the communication we're talking about here. The examples, wait-in periods, this is another pain point that we see. Okay, and so our wait-in periods are crucial on FHA and VA conventional. And what happens here is you're seeing a lot of that, and you really need to educate your clients because they don't know the discharge dates or any of that. So my thought is educate them through video content and give them the little cheat sheet that you have right here. All right. If you don't have the cheat sheet, we can provide that for you. We talk about credit. Everyone says my credit's bad. We give them this little guide on what their credit is and how they can actually improve and enhance their credit. We're not credit specialists. We don't go into that. And just like we're not talking about title attorneys and things like that, or if a CPA, how to do their taxes, but there's a gray area and there's a fine line. Nobody says we can't do a video on separation, on no legal separation in the state of Florida. That's a question we get all day long, so we send that video out to them. Another email templates that we send is down payment assistance. Why are you guys going to send this out? You're not the lender. I talk to my lender. This is what's going to engage with your client. Okay. If your lender's not doing that, you need to possibly link up to another lender that's doing that. But that is key right there, because this is stuff that's turning down business. And this is why the lead is opting out. And you guys might have a good conversation with them, but the lender is not sending content pertaining to the information that they really need their hands on. Gift funds. We talk about this all the time, and we know that gift funds are coming from left, right, up, and down, and it's very difficult to talk about this ever since 9/11, but there's ways to get money, and there's ways to provide gifts from family members, so we educate them. A video on this would be deadly if I'm a real estate agent. I would create a video, BombBomb or Vidyard, those are the two things that we use. I would create that video and send it out, talk about gifts. Sellers concessions. We talk about this all the time. We have a cheat sheet on sellers concessions. We provide this for our real estate agent. So the agent has this material to then go in to war and really say, hey, buyer, this is what we can do. It's a seller's market, but we might be able to get 2% on your FHA deal, on a $200,000 home here. That might help them out. If family member can convince them to gift them $5 grand or 10 grand, that's more money. All right. Can they liquidate their 401k tax-free? Now, these are things and emails that we send out that we would suggest our real estate agents to send out. All right. We give them a 5-way step to accelerate the savings. People are spendthrifts, man. We're in America and people are swiping left and right. So we physically tell them and show them how to save money. Okay. Why do we do this as lenders? Because it's going to convert leads. If I can convert more leads, I'm monetizing real estate agents' businesses. And that's the concept. We're entrepreneurs. We talk about first-time home buyer incentives, MCC. We talk about the Florida bond. And then we give them more content, which is our physical roadmap. We provide rapid rescores. We do this for real estate agents, but as an agent, if I'm looking at that lead and that lead tells me I've got a 580, let's get them into a what if simulator and really see what they have. All right. And communication's key on that. Lastly, this is what we do. I don't expect any real estate agent to have a roadmap, but we give them a roadmap. And why do we give them a roadmap? Accountability creates credibility. All right. And therefore, you're going to have sustainability. You're going to solidify a bond. You're going to validate your trust because you're actually caring for them. All right. You're going to take that lead. You're going to bring it to your real estate agent, or vice versa. Your agent's going to now say, thank you for helping my client out, the veteran that is doing 0% down, that only has $5 grand. We made it work. All right. The roadmap gives everyone hope. And it gives them a goal and a vision board, and that's what we're all about. All right, is giving them hope and that vision to say, look, mom, dad, we can do this. We just need some help here. That's what I would be sending out is giving them messages to say that if I'm an agent, I am going to do everything and anything to get you into this house. Just because you don't have bad credit or you don't have the down payment assistance, let's put you on a roadmap and have that journey set sail for next year. Okay, just did this to one of my real estate agents. Tax preparer called me up. I said, this is what you're going to have to do, but we're going to need to do it for 2 years because she hasn't claimed taxes. Bummer, but now we have it. Yes. 2 minutes. All right, I'm going to wrap it up right now. Real estate formula right now. All right, this is your formula that you guys will get. This is what you guys should be sending out. 45 text messages every single conversation that you take place. So if you have 45 consultations throughout the week, that's how many text messages you want to send out. And that is all that she wrote. All right. That's it. This is my contact information, guys. I know that was very quick and I talked very quick, but there is the physical link. If you did not sign up to get the content, what you're going to be provided with is massive amounts of scripts and email templates and text messages templates as well. If you guys didn't get that, you can DM me right now. I'm getting a lot of messages here. Let me just go to everyone. That's all, guys. Any other questions? I know that was quick.
There was one question. Let's see here. Do you find that with lower interest rates that more buyers are entering the market? And how is your follow-up with them?
it's ludicrous right now. As you guys just saw, I got 3 consultations right there on a Zoom consultation that my team hopefully will be attacking. So yes, it's mayhem right now. There's a lot of people purchasing homes right now. There's a lot of refinances, and now I can talk slower. But yeah, it's amazing. It's a good time to buy. Anyone saying it's not a good time to buy, that's incorrect. Not in Florida. Florida is amazing right now. So inventory is challenging at this point. Any other questions?
All right. Well, thank you very much, Anthony. Really appreciate it. What a great session.